All right, let's get right into it. For decades, the career playbook was pretty simple, right? Get a degree, land a good job, and just climb the ladder. But that playbook, it's gone. It's totally broken. We are smack in the middle of this huge shift. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why the real currency for career success isn't that piece of paper from a four-year school anymore. It's something way faster, way more focused, and honestly, way more powerful.
I mean, this is the question, isn't it? It's probably what keeps a lot of us up at night. You've got AI, you've got automation, the job market is changing so fast, it feels like your skills could become obsolete any day now. But what if I told you there's a clear, direct path to not just staying in the game, but actually getting way ahead of it?
So, what are these new rules of work? Well, it boils down to this. The speed of technology is just lapping traditional education. The whole idea that one degree could set you up for your entire life, that's a fantasy now. What you need today is constant agility, skills you can actually prove, and the ability to walk in on day one and just deliver value. And you can really see the difference here. The old way, it was a marathon. It was slow, it was linear, all built on this broad general foundation. The new path, it's a series of sprints. It's all about grabbing specific, high-demand skills through certifications that let you pivot, adapt, and build a career that's always moving, always growing. And this, right here, is the key. This isn't some anti-education movement. It's a whole new model of education. It's a quiet revolution where employers are saying, show me what you can do. Show me the verifiable, targeted skills you have. These certifications are the proof that gets you the interview, the promotion, and the bigger paycheck, often for a tiny fraction of the time and cost. So, where can you see this revolution in action? Well, let's start with IT. You might think being successful here is all about chasing the shiniest new technology, but the people who are really winning, the ones building lasting careers, are the ones who combine that new tech with timeless fundamentals. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the huge mistake so many people are making. They jump straight into fancy cloud platforms like AWS or Azure without ever understanding the actual network everything is built on. A certification like the CCNA, that's your driver's license. Because when something inevitably breaks in the cloud, you have to know how the roads actually work underneath. So the real takeaway here is you've got to be a hybrid. A CCNA teaches you to think like a network. You understand the language of packets and routing. A cloud cert teaches you how to operate the modern tools. And let me tell you, companies are absolutely desperate for people who can do both, who can bridge that gap. Because at the end of the day, what is the cloud? It's just someone else's network that you access through a web browser. And here's your action plan. It's a blueprint for success. Figure out what you don't know, then learn both at the same time. Dive into networking basics while you're playing around in a free cloud account. But the magic step, the one that really proves your skill, is building something that connects them. Get those certs, put your project on GitHub, and you've just built the exact hybrid profile every hiring manager is looking for. But you know what? This revolution isn't just for people in IT. We are seeing a huge comeback in the value of skilled trades, and it is being powered by the exact same thing, certifications. Welcome to the blue-collar gold rush. Just look at these numbers. We are not talking about minimum wage jobs here. A certified electrician is absolutely critical for our entire green energy future. A specialized welder can make a fantastic salary. And wind turbine technicians, get this, 45% projected job growth. These are stable, high-paying, future-proof careers, all built on certified skills. And this is really what it's all about. This isn't just numbers on a chart. This is changing lives. A story in Business Insider told of a single mom who completely changed her family's future, doubled her pay, all through a certified apprenticeship. That is the incredible power of a credential that an employer knows and trusts. Okay, so let's jump from the foundational to the absolute cutting edge. The next massive wave is already here, and it's artificial intelligence. And guess what? Just like in every other field, certifications are already becoming the gold standard for proving you have the skills to build this autonomous future. We are talking about something way beyond chatbots now. The new frontier is called agentic AI. Think about it like this. It's the difference between a smart tool, like a calculator, and an autonomous employee. Agentic AI can take a high-level goal, come up with a plan all on its own, and then execute that plan without needing you to hold its hand. This is a total game changer. And you know it's real because the money is pouring in. CFOs, the most careful people in any company, are already dedicating a full quarter of their AI budgets just to these autonomous agents. This isn't some science fair project, it's a massive strategic bet. So why are they spending all that money? Because the return on investment is huge. You're seeing massive reductions in waste, huge drops in missed sales, and real profitability gains. And this is exactly why companies are desperately hunting for people with certifications in machine learning and data engineering, the people who can actually build and run these incredible systems.
So, we've talked about the what and the why, but now we get to the most important part, the how. Because earning one of these valuable certs isn't just about studying the material. It's about being able to prove you know it, under pressure, on exam day.
This is the final boss, right? You can spend months learning a new skill, but it's the certification that makes it official. It all comes down to one high-stakes test. So how do you make sure all that hard work actually pays off with that credential in your hand? Well, here's the thing about success. What we see over and over is that people who use structured, targeted prep materials are way more likely to actually finish what they start and pass the exam. It shows that having the right tools isn't just a nice-to-have. For a lot of people, it's the whole ballgame. So what's the single most powerful tool in that toolbox? It's simple, but it is so effective. Realistic, high-quality practice exams that feel just like the real thing. And you just have to listen to what people who use them say. The number one thing they talk about? Confidence. Knowing you're ready. And where does that confidence come from? It comes from walking into the test center with no surprises. You know the format, you know the timing, so you can just focus on getting the answers right. And finally, the best prep has to be accessible. It needs to be detailed enough to actually help you learn, but affordable enough that it's a no-brainer investment in your own future.
So let's wrap this up. This is why preparation is absolutely everything. It forces you to find your own weak spots before the test does. It builds that rock-solid confidence that just crushes anxiety. The very act of doing these practice questions, active recall, cements the knowledge in your brain. And in the end, passing that test is what turns what you know into what you can prove. It tells an employer you are ready to go from day one.
So we end right where we started. In 2025 and beyond, your certifications are your career currency. They are the tangible assets that prove your value in a job market that moves at lightning speed. So the only question left for you is, how wisely are you going to invest?